A youngster wakes up in a morgue after seeing colorful and hearing he won a prize. Without a memory, he tries to flee and scares everyone. Minutes later, he's sent back and Rudy comes to check on him. When the youngster awakens, he's in a hospital room. Doctors and nurses give him weird stares and cryptic remarks as he escapes. The boy climbs out the window when the elevator breaks, but the rain makes him fall. A weird power makes him stand on the building's side normally. When the youngster questions if he's real, a window cleaner with the same eerie expression strikes him to make him experience the pain. The guardian explains that the boy's soul had its memories erased before being given Min's body to live again. The guardian makes Min hold the window and adjusts reality so she may climb inside. When he returns to bed, a nurse is excessively harsh with the needle, prompting Min to drop a water bottle. The nurse reveals herself as the guardian as the air freezes. The guardian calls Min's body a homestay and explains that it's not permanent as they offer him an hourglass marking the time the soul has to determine why Min killed himself. He dies again in 100 days. He'll never be reborn. The guardian tells him not to reveal he's not Min before leaving, and the water falls. The next morning, a doctor comes for a checkup, and Min passes by mentioning his full name because he read it from the pill. Rudy is Min's mother, and Men, his older brother, isn't glad to have him home. Rudy wants Men to sleep with Men so he can be monitored, and he'll wear Men's clothes until he gets new ones. Men overhears and tells his mother he's staying with a buddy. Rudy won't talk to Men about the day he ended things. Next, Min finds his dad, who asks him to wait because he's on a call for his MLM organization, for which he resigned his job. Min looks about while everyone sleeps at night. When he goes to check out his old room, it's locked. Men sees Min peeking beneath the door and sends him back. Min sees Men with 2 computers the next morning. Then he pulls keys from the living room and tries to access his room. Min returns to Men's room, jumps out the window, and walks along the building to reach his own window. There are no personal things, merely empty furniture and his funeral picture. Seeing the death date prompts him to drop the picture, which alerts Rudy, who catches Min red-handed. Rudy says he got rid of his things when asked. She asks why Min did what he did, and he discovers the bloody area. Rudy cries and begs Min not to do it again. Min returns to school the next day with his wallet. He finds a brooch in his engineer mother's business card. Min will say he had the flu because she didn't notify anyone at school. Min didn't have many friends, so returning to class wasn't hard. Only his best friendly approaches him. The original Min didn't return her crush. I and Min are in the card stunt club, so he's dragged to the next meeting where the leaders remind him to finish the competition drawing. Min starts work but is sidetracked by kids wearing the brooch he found in his wallet. By following them, Min realizes the brooches marked the elite pupils of the Olympics class, so he puts his on and tries to join them, but the teacher sends him out. Later, Min finds a message from his tutoring partner inviting him to the library. This is how he meets Pai, a lovely girl he crushes on like the old Min. After class, Min decides to utilize his mother's gift card to impress Pai. Min enjoys Pai for days. Min's dad reminds him he has a meeting with the school therapist and provides him things to market. The odd therapist asks embarrassing questions about Min's puberty before swallowing many of her products. Min realizes this guy is the guardian when the medicine freezes in midair and he tells her to look for clues. If he answers correctly, the hourglass stops. A few days later, at a school celebration, Min finds Pai crying about a failed practice test. Min tells her she's great because of the elite class's pressure. Pai denies being a pair because he never asked her out. Min invites her to the festival, where they play games, make wishes, and watch fireworks. They clasp hands after Pai says Min has changed and is no longer sad. The next day, Min overhears his mother on the phone. His dad sold her wedding band to buy MLM items. Min helps her cook durians, which he eats without hesitation. Rudy is shocked because Min hated durians, but she's pleased to have a new son. She also relates childhood tales that show how much she cared for him. Min must fulfill a dare he promised Pai for passing his examinations. She puts soap in his hair and has him run 10 laps at the bridge, then joins him. Pai offers him a homemade kaleidoscope for his birthday. Pai admits she prefers this Min, and they kiss. Min draws Pai on the bridge at school. In the club, he sees photos of himself next to a locker. Lee reminds Men that he left his laptop in her locker with a message to send it to his mom. Lee left Rudy's laptop with Men when she went to his place without her. Min searches Men's bedroom. He doesn't discover the laptop, but he finds the scratched-off photos. He finds documents showing Men wants to study in Germany. Next, Min investigates Men's computer and finds a discussion in which he complains that Min had him stay with the family instead of traveling to Germany. Men says he hates Min and wishes he were dead. He hid his goodbye note from his parents in his laptop. Min knows Men's second computer must be his, so he goes to Men's college to get it. Men catches him red-handed and throws the PC out the window. Min goes outside and finds his laptop floating because the guardian is there laughing at him. Min turns on the laptop at home. The only file remaining is a goodbye note explaining that Min scratched his face off photos before taking dubious medicine with soda. The letter also claims he loathed his dad for using his wife's wages to continue in the MLM cult and his sibling for making him feel insignificant. His mother was rarely home, so Pi was his only light. Min is astonished to witness Pi's teacher getting amorous with her without her complaining. The next day, Min punches the teacher and takes Pi away. Min's yelling on the roof makes Pi cry. She doesn't like the teacher, but she puts up with him because it's her only chance to join the Olympic squad for a brighter future. Min doesn't need him, so he encourages her to end things herself. Later, Min's dad has to talk to the principal about what happened and asks why Min can't be normal, prompting Min to call him out for Rudy's ring. Later, Min surprises his mother at work using the address on the business card and discovers Rudy has a hidden boyfriend. Rudy tries to explain, but Min runs away in tears. Back in his hometown, Min contemplates suicide at the bridge. The Guardian appears and asks Min why the rain stopped. Min says he hates this life and doesn't blame the real Min for what he done. He blames the family and Pi. The hourglass doesn't stop, so the Guardian tells Min he has 3 days. Min destroys his room as he returns. Lee asks for the finished drawing moments later. Min is too furious to care and tells Lee he never considered her a friend and would never like her again. He also admits he missed school because he tried to terminate things and didn't mention Lee in his goodbye letter. Lee sobs. Min's dad picks up Rudy after work. Min demands them go to supper even though she's weary. He also made her feel bad by visiting her at work. Min pretends to go to the restroom to leave his parents alone, but he spies on them and sees his dad return the ring. Rudy ultimately admits her affair. Min and his mom are in the car after his dad leaves. Rudy cries as she tells Min she broke up with her previous lover to go with her family. Min dismisses the apologies and says he's not her son. Her true son died because she was a lousy mother. And disagreement distracts Rudy from spotting the other automobile, causing an accident. Min awakens in the hospital hours later. Min tells him she's in critical condition as he checks on his unconscious mother. Min wonders why Min didn't tell him what happened instead of terminating things because he would have helped him. He says Min needs to quit thinking nobody loved him. Min isn't wounded and is returned home, where he finds Rudy's durian dessert and Pi's kaleidoscope. Min understands his selfishness and finishes the sketch for his club. The next day, the Olympics team joins a major tournament. Seeing Min amid the crowd makes Pi feel guilty, so she runs away. Min catches her about to do something stupid with a glass cup, so he apologizes and hugs her, explaining he was upset and spoke without thinking. Pi shouldn't feel ashamed, it was the teacher's fault. Pi tells the principal about the teacher's harassment after feeling better. Min leaves Pi's drawing with a note of support since it's too late to practice a new design. Min watches the card stunt club practice afterward. He apologizes to Lee, saying she's the only one who's ever been nice to him. Lee accepts Min's apology and admits she gave the team one of his old drawings. To Min's surprise, the team draws a new Pi at the bridge. Min's memories flood as he runs. Min has flashes of his past life with his family and Pi. Min goes down the stairs, the hourglass freezes, and he reappears in his room with the Guardian as his reflection. Min suddenly realizes he's not a random soul, he's the original Min, and he died because he didn't appreciate the good things in his life. The Guardian congratulates him and explains the test was merely to let him recognize the truth. Min won't be reborn anyplace else, he may keep this life. Min wakes up in school without the hourglass after the Guardian disappears. Min celebrates with Lee before racing to the hospital to discover Rudy awake. She reveals she and Min's dad are divorcing, so Min can choose where to live. She won't blame him for selecting the dad because she hasn't been a good mother. Min sobs and promises he'll never regret being her son. Min resumes his usual routine. When Pi tells him she got a medal, he sprints over the bridge with soap on his head and only his underwear.